Hey, we're back with another episode of Fechten, Sprechen. I'm here with another one of my buddies on a nice cold night in Portland at a rapier class. Why don't you start with your name and club?
Hello, my name is Rowik. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm with IFG.
Perfect. How long have you been doing fencing for?
A little over a year and a half.
Perfect. And how'd you find it?
I saw some videos online years ago about people fencing with swords or fighting with long swords, and I'm like, I want to do that someday. And after the whole COVID debacle and then life settling down, I finally worked up the motivation to come check it out.
Perfect. I'm glad you found us. You're a good friend. What is important in HEMA to you? What do you think the biggest thing is for you?
For me, it's really diving into a high technical skill threshold activity that I can really dive into, work on my progress, and see a lot of dividends from the effort I put in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you have a background with some extreme hobbies and sports. What kind of stuff do you feel has prepped you well for the sport?
Yeah, my dance background is probably the one I'll lean on the most. Everyone, when I first started, they're like, "Have you fenced before?" I'm like, "Nope." What else have you done? Dancing? That makes sense. That was the exchange a bunch of times, and then also I did competitive lacrosse for a number of years, and I think that really gave me a leg up on measure and like the comparative between like stick handling and sword handling.
Awesome. And then what are you hoping to achieve in the next few years with HEMA?
In the next year specifically, I'm really trying to dive in and kind of polish up my current strengths and really recognize where I need to excel and work on. And then from there, just kind of keep getting better, keep pushing myself, and keep having fun.
Amen. What do you want to fight with today?
Rapier.
Awesome. Let's go do these exchanges and we'll be right back.
Heard.
All right, perfect. That was a great set of exchanges there. Very evenly matched that I felt. What thoughts did you have on that?
Yeah, similar thoughts. It was a very even bout. It was really clean. We only had a couple of doubles, and I think we each got a couple of like really solid points in there. There were a couple of like kind of in the weeds, messy ones, but that's just to be expected at our level of rapier. But no, I felt really good about that. And yeah, it's starting to come together. I'm starting to massage the edges of rapier to actually like have intent, have forethought, and like be able to think through it instead of just blindly swinging.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting to that point too. It's still finally starting to click. Thanks to shout out to our coach Kai. He'll be on an episode soon, I'm sure.
Whether he likes it or not.
Yeah. I really liked the the cleanliness I felt that we had in that battle. It was I felt thoughtful over a lot of the other fights that we've had in the past. That was like, did that work? Did it work? I felt like there's very clean, like, know that, yeah, I got hit or you got hit. You were using really good use of your height and measure. You're very long and have a long lunge, which is nice. That last one, I tried to bait the thrust and then drop, and you just pulled out and just, never mind, I'm going to stab you anyway, which was a bummer for me, but very well done on your part. Yeah, much farther range than I always think. You were picking at my wrists a couple times there and realized I had to close measure a lot more. Overall, great fight. Very impressive. You're looking great out there, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, and I felt like, I mean, you just have such a solid foundation in fencing that your guards are pretty iron tight, and I really had to either pick or really wait for an opening. And while I was doing that, you got in some really solid thrusts that were just non-contestable, which were great.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.
If you want to be on an episode of Fechten Sprechen, reach out to me and we'll figure it out. Have a good night.